KWAME NKRUMAH, and we are here to show you what the place looks like, okay? Used to play the game polo over here, and no black person was allowed to come here. So when we gained independence on the 6th of March 1957, to provoke our British colonies, Dr. KWAME NKRUMAH decided to stand right on these grounds, where they told us that we can't come in to declare Ghana's independence. So this is the exact spot he stood to declare independence. And the statue here pointing like this, it says we face northwest, we face forward. We also have a saying in Ghana that goes forward ever, backward never. Yes. And in Ghana, when a queen or a king dies, we mostly blow the horn, or we usually call the gong beater, to announce the person's death. So you can see 7 horn blowers at each side. In actual sense, the statues are supposed to stand, face him and blow the horn. But because he's dead, they face him with the back, and you, in a form of respect, blow the horn and announce his death. And at the far end, you can see another statue there drumming. So in the southern side of Ghana, we have their accounts, their shanties. Their form of communication is through the drumming. And this is the northern, the man playing something like a guitar. That's the northern side of Ghana. So we are just trying to show you that all tribes, all people coming together to announce the death of Dr. KWAME. So you take your pictures in So the structure you see over there, it was designed by a Ghanaian architect called Don Atta. He designed it in the form of a sword turned upside down. Can you see it? Yeah, it signifies peace. If the sword is turned upwards, it means Ghana we are in a war, and Ghana we are not in a war. He also designed it in the form of a tree, cut off short with no branches, trying to tell you that Dr. KWAME NKRUMAH didn't finish his work. And the black star in the middle of that represents hope. So we say Nkrumah, the hope of Ghana or the hope of Africa. first mango tree was planted by Nelson Mandela in 1991 when he visited Ghana.
Shout out to all Liverpool fans. Kelly from Air Pam Pam. We are so silly. I'm following.
So in 1966, Dr. KWAME Nkrumah was on his way to Vietnam for a peace meeting. They warned him several times not to go, he didn't listen. He left and there was a coup d'etat against him. The coup d'etat was held by Mr. Emmanuel Kotoka and Mr. Akosi Amangwa. But back then we had something called the CIA and the NL6. They influenced us Ghanaians, and these two men, they told us that Dr. KWAME Nkrumah was giving our hard-earned money to other countries, but he wanted to bring about what we call the USA, which is United States of Africa. But they didn't tell us that they diverted everything. And at that time, he wanted his political party to be the only political party in Ghana. And he was very powerful at that time. So they got scared. They wanted to kick him off his throne before he gets too much power. Before he takes the whole African continent as well, because they didn't want that to happen. So during that time, he never returned back to Ghana, because during that time, Ghanaians got angry, destroyed a lot of his things. A lot of his statue got destroyed. I'll show you one of the statues that were destroyed. And during that time, he was then invited by his friend, who was the then Guinean Prime Minister, Mr. Secretary. So from Vietnam, he then headed to Guinea-Conakry. He spent 6 years in Guinea. And during that time in Guinea, Guinea hadn't gained their independence yet. So he helped Mr. Secretary gain independence for Guinea. So he didn't just gain independence for Ghana only, he also helped gain independence for Guinea too. And to honor him, Mr. Secretary decided to make him the co-president of Guinea, more like an assistant president. And unfortunately for him, in 1971, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. He went to Bucharest, Romania to be treated, but unfortunately for him, in 1972, he passed away. And since he was the co-president of Guinea by then, his body was sent back to Guinea for burial, but there they didn't bury him. His body was embalmed inside a glass tube for 3 months. Ghanaians went there for the body, but Mr. Secretary sacked them away. But when he died, the mother was still alive. Madam Elizabeth Nyaneba, that's the mother's name. She was 100 years old by then, and she was already half blind. So she was the one who begged Mr. Secretary to return the son's body back to Ghana. So when the body came to Ghana, it was in a metallic coffin, and he went to his family house at Nkrumah to be buried. There too, they didn't bury the body. The body was still displayed for people to come and see for 20 good years. And then in 1991, when our late President Jerry John Rawlings was alive, he was the president of Ghana at that time. They realized that the body was way bad. It started to smell, so they had to then bury the body. So his body was removed from the metallic coffin into a wooden one, and then his last place of burial was right here. And then in 1957, when he gained independence for Ghana, he got married to an Egyptian called Madam Fatia. But their marriage was an arranged marriage. It was a contracted marriage between two countries, that's Egypt and Ghana. But before he got married to Madam Fatia, he had a son with another lady named Madam Harrieta Panimela. They had their firstborn son called Francis Nkrumah. He's still alive. He's a retired medical doctor here in Ghana. And with Madam Fatia, they had 3 kids. Gamel, a boy, Samia, a girl, and Sik, a boy. So Gamel is a journalist in Egypt. Samia, on the other hand, she's a politician here in Ghana. And the last born son, Sik, is also a lecturer in the United States. So in 2007, on Madam Fatia's sick bed, she also requested to be buried next to the husband. She died. So she's also buried right there. So you can. 1966, during the coup d'etat against Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Ghanaians destroyed it. The head of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was lost from 1966 to 2009. Not knowing, a woman around that time, she took Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's head and she hid it inside her house. She said because of the love she had for him, she was ready to risk everything for him. So she took the head of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and she hid it in her house for 43 good years. And then she later returned it. So that's why you see the head and the body separated. So this is the audio-visual gallery. And then we can hear Dr. Kwame Nkrumah talk. You can also see some flashy images of him, but no pictures or videos are allowed in there.
Have to.
Yeah. Turning back with the neck. It's called sankofa, like going back for something. And then we have an eagle. An eagle represents something strong, so power. And then we have the heads. 1, 2 is over here and 1 is over here. We say 2 heads are better than 1. And the one with the egg sign over there, it says Nyami Bewu and Sana Mewu, which means God will die before I die. And we all know that that's not possible. Yes. And then at the far end, you can see a woman holding something like an egg on this one. And here it has a sword. So the man is holding the sword. The man is comparing, the woman is comparing power to an egg, how fragile it is. And in most of our tradition, we do mostly do all of this. Drum, the northern side, when the king or the queen or maybe the bride is coming, they mostly drum and the gold, yes. And in most of the, what's the name? The bow over there like this. In most of the tribes in the Ashanti region, most of them, sometimes they blow the horn when the king is coming, or sometimes they'll be drumming when the king is coming. So they are all more like, should I say, depicting Ghana's tradition.
And there's like the traditional like horns.
Oh yeah, that one it's more like a celebration of. We have Akwaba festive. We mostly dress in weird ways. Sometimes in Takrady, when they are doing their carnival, I don't know if you've ever been there. They dress in some crazy attire, yes, and they'll be wearing some horns, and they are all traditions here in Ghana. Yes. So we are going to our last place this way.
Last time I came, there was an ostrich. Or is it a peacock? I think it was a peacock right under the tree.
Various moods. The first two, you can see that he's laughing. The third one, he's smiling. The fourth one, he's either laughing, smiling, or frowning. And then the last two, the frequency, you can see that he has frowned his face. So that's to tell you that Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was human just like us. He had bad days and he had good days. He had smiley days and he also had frowning days. That's one of his favorites put over there. He says, I'm not African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. He has his name and signature underneath. The Black South.
So guys, that pretty much concludes the tour. There were a few rooms that we couldn't obviously use the camera because there was a lot of his pictures and personal things in that room. Wow, honestly, the renovation is actually beautiful compared to what it was. So basically there were some rooms that had his personal items in there. There was more in-depth tour regarding his wives and also his children, and some of the other things that he did. He apparently played 2 pianos. He loved music, and also what happened? He was, oh yeah, there was the metal coffin that he was in for so many years, that he was brought over from Guinea to Ghana. There was actually a very moving, beautiful picture of his mother when she was mourning him at the funeral. It was honestly very heartbreaking photograph. It was a beautiful picture of his mother. Obviously you've seen where the wife is laid, kind of the same area with him, which is under the saw there. That's her grave. And then yeah, they pretty much have I think there's a restaurant as well. They have a restaurant as well. Inside there's a lot of stuff. There's so many quotes that they've painted on the wall. His voice, audio being played, and also quite a few stuff. I can't really give everything away, but yeah, honestly, it's worth the trip. So you guys should go. I'm gonna go and see what the restaurant looks like, just so I can let you guys see what's there. Yeah, and I hope you enjoy the video. Guys, oh, wow. Come on. Wow. Okay. Okay. Sorry, but wow. Who told you to sit over there? Wow. Wow, I love that one. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, wow. Come on, guys.
Second degree in science, political, and